As we know that we have been talking a lot about distant learning, online learning, right, Kunatta? When what happened today, which is the first day that the government launched their online campaign to help students and pupils, to study at home in the absence of school classes. It only goes to show how unprepared we were in dealing with the online learnings. So today, millions of students across the country were supposed to be sitting in front of their computers, their laptops, or with their handphones to access the many of the platforms and channels provided by the Education Ministry to help them go through this very difficult period by learning from home. But of course, there were a lot of problems since very early in the morning when the online classes start. The system went down shortly after the program started. And of course, not all families, not all students had all the equipment that were needed to learn online, Gunata. So the first day wasn't very good for the Education Ministry as far as trying to introduce the online learning campaign.
It must be quite confusing for parents as well, Kun Thepchai, and one of obstacles are parents cannot take a break from their work, but they really want to help their children to study, to learn from home. And the second problem is Google Classroom, in which when they survey from the social media and they say that mostly students do not quite understand how Google Classroom has been working or what's the technique in using this application in particular. That's why it has resulted in confusion and inefficiency in learning online, particularly today.
That's right. The spokeswoman of the government, Kun Narumon Pinjosin, what quoted the Prime Minister, General Prayut Chan-o-cha, as saying that what happened today and the coming month will be just the temporary measure to help students study at home. It's not going to be a permanent fixture for education in Thailand. So that means that once the schools reopen, which is most likely on the 1st of July, things will return to normal. That means that all the students will return to the classrooms. And of course, online learning is something that may not come about in reality in the near future anyway, judging from how unprepared we are, as we can see from what happened today.
Yes, I think that probably it will need time to adjust for students and for parents, as well as for teachers, because this is quite new skill that require new set of knowledge to function all technology and to learn online, because normally if students sit in the same class, they can be very interactive with the teachers, but with online, it's mean, as of now, it's like one way of teaching and learning, so must be quite challenging for both teacher and students at the same time.
No, but on the bright side, it's better than nothing anyway. At least students can have access to something educational online, right? Instead of having to be in classes physically, which is not possible at the moment. So many channels will be on air. And of course presented through many platforms, not only on TV but also through websites and applications. And so that means that for the next 2 months at least, students will have the chance of learning with the teachers online and learning about things that will be useful once the schools reopen.
Yeah, the hardest must be in the beginning. So once every party, every stakeholder involved are used to technology and online education, things will be much easier, I guess, Kun Thepchai.
Certainly. And this must be a rude awakening to the Education Ministry as far as going online for education is concerned.